Hello everybody, Irish Warlock here and welcome to today's video, which is part 1 of our Final Fantasy 16 Let's Play. Now, some of you may be thinking, hang on, Final Fantasy 16 doesn't come out for another 2 or so weeks. And that is true, because literally this is the demo of Final Fantasy 16. Now, the great thing about this demo is that when we finish it, which should take about 2 to 3 hours I think, which roughly comes with the first couple of chapters of the game, the save data from this demo can be imported into the final game upon release. This means that we will not be starting from the very beginning with the full Final Fantasy 16 Let's Play, but we'll be starting a little bit in, getting a nice head start. Now, before we get started, there's just one point to bring up. Some of you may notice that the continue option is here on the menu. I did play this demo for a little bit earlier on, but I literally only got a couple of minutes in. Something came up and I had to kind of stop playing, and I just shut everything down because I didn't know how long I'd be. So yeah, we're just going to start again from the very beginning. Literally, as I said, it's the first couple of minutes. Nothing too major happened. I don't know really what's going on with this game. I've never played a Final Fantasy game before, or simply, I've only played Final Fantasy 7 before this. I played the original back like years and years ago at a friend's house, at my cousin's house. And then I did get the 7 remake a few years ago. I got a fair bit into it, but I think some other stuff happened that kind of stopped me playing it for a while. I meant to go back to it, and I still do, but I ended up loaning it to a friend. I think that's been about maybe a year and a half ago, and I still haven't gotten it back from her, even though I see her quite regularly. So I need to chase her down one day and be like, hey, I need my Final Fantasy 7 back. Thankfully, however, like a lot of games, Final Fantasy 16 is a complete reset for the whole thing. There will be some themes and some stuff that are present in all the games, but this is a new world with new characters, new story, new lore. So you don't need to play any of the other games. Also, where a lot of Final Fantasy games have a steampunk or sci-fi-esque setting, this is a mainly fantasy-based setting, which is kind of what's attracted me to it, because I do love fantasy stuff. So without much more, let's just get started.
It was Moss the Chronicler who said that the land of Valisthea is blessed in the light of the Mother Crystals, and that it was this light which finally led our forebears out of the darkness. Yet, what they saw in the light gave rise to temptation. Temptation that ever lures us back into the crystal shadow. And thus did our journey begin.
Okay, so we're right into it. Let's say I'm really not in control of movement here, just firing and dodging. And this first part's a little bit linear, but it's like a nice opening, nice epic setup fight between these two beings. I know that... Oh, dodged a bit too early there. I do know that these two beings are important in Final Fantasy lore, having appeared in other games. So sorry to all the Final Fantasy fans who are going to be like, oh my god, this guy knows nothing, he's just butchering the lore. But you know, I'm sorry. Oh, this was a Dragon Age game, I could tell you literally everything that is going on, but unfortunately it is not. And here we have our main character, Clive. Not the most epic of fantasy or video game names. Sorry to anyone who's named Clive or Clyde or something along those lines. It just feels a little underwhelming.
It'll be light soon. Both camps have begun to stir.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant. No one else? Where's the fun in that?
How do we even know the girl will be among them?
Our kind do not question orders. We follow them. Try to keep that in mind. Let's get this done.
So extra and wasteful to use magic to take out the fire. Just kick some dirt on it or something. You don't need to be so like flashing, show-offy.
Focus, Wyvern. You are key to this mission's success.
Yes, Sergeant.
I said focus, Wyvern.
So yeah, this is basically the point I got up to earlier on. So from... Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, just head up the main menu in 2 seconds. Yeah, so from this point now I'm going in blind.
All hell is about to break loose.
So I wonder what those marks on our cheeks are. Obviously maybe some sort of brand or something.
Time to move.
Kind of said our kind doesn't question orders, just follows them. So I wonder if it's like... I don't know, maybe like a slave or something.
Just in time.
Ooh. Okay, so there's chocobos, and obviously they're going to be something that is a staple of the Final Fantasy franchise.
These high blood are more beast than man.
The way this is going, they won't need this new dominant of theirs. What?
Zerentry?
Move! What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your swords to our cause?
Come now. Marshal, the King of Waloed is our guest.
And you have His Majesty's answer.
No wonder that you summoned us at all. Have you so little faith in your own men? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not? Or am I mistaken? Besides, your dominant has yet to take the field. And when he does, our knights would only get in the way.
Perhaps you have not heard, but the Ironblood now have their own dominant. We would be fools to underestimate them.
Bugger their knights.
What did you say?
Should this citadel be allowed to fall,
Jeez, he's massive.
the capital will lie exposed. And I doubt the Crusaders will wait for the good king's pawns to line up before taking to the board. Which just leaves me.
Kobga!
The Ironblood will rue the day they set foot on Storm. This game is over.
You cock.
Benedicta.
Okay, so one of them is
Take care.
double crossing their
Does
leaders.
the lion take care when he chases the hare? Or do you think me one of the latter?
No, my love. You are a lion. You're my lion.
I'm not afraid of a little frost, Benedicta. But I will need someone to warm me when I come home.
I'm getting the idea she might be the big bad of this game, or at least one of them.
The front lines are gone. This is our chance. The chaos will conceal us.
So they called him a dominant, and there's something else there for the other side. The Ironblood, also called a dominant, which we're looking for. So I wonder if a dominant is something like, they have them in the Witcher series one. They call them, is it Crucible or something, or oh, I forget what they're called. But like, someone who's just ridiculously powerful with magic, I imagine is what they are, like near like god levels of magic. So yeah, I have a feeling they're just like potentially very dangerous people for whoever they work for or fight with. So we're going to be, yeah, just imagine they're very plot important is what I was trying to get around to there. Very dangerous, I imagine.
Quick and deadly.
As always. Take the van.
Wait. Something's not right.
Ooh! Is that a rock slider? Or it's a hand. Oh Jesus, that's big. A Titan.
Dalmex finally grew tired of being slaughtered.
And look who's here to greet the bastard.
I assume this is the dominant we're after and all that ice. So then is the Titan the other dominant, the big guy we just saw a little while ago, or is it something different? So she's got serious ice magic. A bit like what's her name from Warcraft? Jaina Proudmoore. You're doing about as much damage to your own guys as you are to the others, but I mean, if he's that big dominant guy we saw earlier on, he probably doesn't really care. Damn, that looked cool.
You don't get to die here, Wyvern. Move!
Oh, okay, this way, so we can separate from our other two. I imagine they're not going to make it. I can separate from the other guy. Okay, maybe nobody's going to make it. Alright, there's our other guy.
Anytime, Wyvern.
Why do they call me Wyvern? Is it a rank, a title, or like a nickname? I suppose we'll find out soon enough. Oh, there's the lad. Oh. Yeah, there's the lads. I thought that rock crushed them.
Stand there.
Oh! Oh, damn. Oh, what a way to go. So, okay, his name was Biast, so we lost him painfully.
Wyvern! Wyvern! I told you before, you do not get to die here.
So, was that his brother, or was that more like brother in arms, metaphorical? And we flashbacked. Yeah, so from what I understand, the start of the game is more of a flashback, and this is where we kind of learn the basics and get the kind of plot set up, and then I think we jump back to grown-up Clive. So, 13 years earlier.
Do you yield? Well, if you're not cut out to be a shield, there's always work for you in the stables. Unless, of course, you think you can defend your master while sat on your arse in a puddle of pig swill.
I'm sure he'd find a way. My brother always looks after me. Right?
Go on. You're sure to hit him eventually.
Don't give up now.
Ah, look at the doggy.
Two arms, then.
So I think we're like the eldest son of the ruler of these lands, the king of whatever nation we're in. And then that's our little brother, and
Let's start again from the beginning. Come, show me your form.
okay, so let's learn the basics of combat. Press square to perform a melee attack. Up to 4 attacks can be changed together. Cool. So I want to lock on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy enough.
Very good. Such swordsmanship will serve you well in the field. But can the same be said of your spellcraft? The flames of the phoenix burn within you. Now let them burn without.
I assume that's the Phoenix from the start of the game.
Rain fire down upon me.
Okay, let's go.
Keep them coming. Excellent. Well done. You wield the Firebird's flames just as a first shield should.
You flatter me, my lord.
Or would you rather I flattened you? Can be arranged. Let's see if you can elude my blade. After all, your attacking prowess will count for naught if you don't live long enough to use it. On your toes, Lord Rossfield.
Clive Rossfield. Press R1 to evade. And I can do a follow-up attack.
Never take your eyes off your enemy.
I press circle there because I'm also doing what's it called? Liza P. And there was circle in that, so I... Oh, yeah,
sure
nice.
I had you.
That was amazing!
Nice try.
Nice. All precisions, once I figured out how to do it.
Good. Remember, Clive, your blade is not your only weapon. Quickness of thought and fleetness of foot are indispensable arms in any shield's arsenal. But you are not just any shield, are you? Show me what sets you apart from the rest. You have been blessed by the Phoenix, granted the use of its power. Call upon that power now to close on you. Well, I'm waiting.
Best Phoenix grants the ability to perform feats of inhuman strength and dexterity. Phoenix Shift is one such. Iconic feat. Press circle to swiftly close on a target. And then I can execute an attack when I do that. Cool. Nice. Pretty all straightforward so far. Thank you.
But even the most agile shield cannot hope to escape every blow. And death may come by a handful of cuts as easily as it comes by 1,000. There is only one way to ensure that you do not fall. Keep your wounds mended and your energies replenished. Speaking of which...
Okay, so how to heal.
You seem a little worse for wear. Well, that won't do at all.
Potions used to restore HP and boost attributes. Consume assigned to the arrows. Feed the items on unit equipment. Cool. So up for a potion. And up again. And up again. Cool. That was an easy lesson.
Better. Battle is a succession of pivotal moments, wherein life and death can be decided at a single stroke. You must be ready to utilize every tool at your disposal if you are to navigate a path to victory, or at the very least, to ensure that you live to fight another day. Enough practice. It's time for the test. You've recovered from your soaking, I trust. You wouldn't want to kick a man while he's drowned.
I thought you'd never ask.
Come then, Lord Rossfield. Spar with me.
Okay.
If you believe yourself worthy to be called Shield of the Flame, then prove it.
That's a pretty cool title.
As you wish, my lord.
How that, me boy? Make proof of your strength.
I can see something up there as well, so I have to go get that later, whatever that sparkling thing is. Okay, the will gauge indicates opponents will fight back, break this route by landing attacks, and strike them when they are vulnerable.
Go on.
Cool.
You're sure to beat him this time.
You can do it, Clive. Just stay calm.
Come on. You're taking this seriously.
Keep going, Clive.
Ah, I pressed circle again. Okay, so now I can just... Oh. Lord Murdoch's will has been broken, leaving him staggered. Try to do as much damage as possible. Press R2 and square to execute Rising Flames, a powerful, iconic ability granted to Clive by the Blessing of Phoenix. So R2 and square, let's try that. Oh, that's very good. But it has to recharge.
Well, it's time I took my own advice and used all the tools at my disposal.
Go on, Clive. Keep pressing.
Just a little more. We believe in you.
You're a damnably quick learner, Lord Rosfield.
Oh, hell.
Not quite.
Ah, nice. Not too tough, but you know, obviously training. We'll see how I land against proper boss later on.
He won! See? I told you he could do it.
Aye.
Rested at last. It's taken me long enough. That was a display worthy of your father. You are a true shield of the flame, and let no one tell you otherwise. Including me. What are you lot gawping at? Back to your drills.
Joshua, I was just tired. The Phoenix's flames are a gift. We mustn't waste them.
It isn't a waste. My shields look after me. Why shouldn't I?
Ooh.
That's why.
Okay, so Joshua's not well, obviously.
Morning too. You shouldn't be outdoors.
I'll be fine. It's just a cold.
Don't push yourself.
His Grace has returned!
Father's back.
Hey.
Your Grace, please, this is no place for one such as you. I would gladly brave hell itself to see my darling boy. Gentlemen, Rosaria thanks you for your indefatigable loyalty.
Thank you, Your Grace. We live to serve.
Joshua. You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this.
I'm sorry.
Good day to you, Mother.
Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us. Lord Murdoch?
Your Grace.
Okay, so I get the mother does not like Clive for some reason.
What a way to treat your own flesh and blood.
I know. It's not his fault. Not everyone can be born the Phoenix.
Okay, so obviously something makes Joshua more important, despite the fact that he's the younger child. And who's she? I'm asking all these questions. We'll find out like pretty quickly.
Rise, my friends.
Welcome home, Father.
Thank you, Joshua. You are well, I trust.
Yes, Father. Much better. Today, Jill and I went to the bay to watch Clive's spa.
Is that so?
Quiet, Torgal. Stop it, boy. Not now.
You'll make a fine hound one day.
Father.
Lift up your head, girl.
Thank you, Your Grace.
The capital rejoices at your safe return, Your Grace.
War is coming, my boy. You must make ready.
Is the situation truly so grave?
Shocker.
Come to the throne room. We will talk there.
Yes, Father. Your Grace.
Oh, come on, you can call him Father.
Shields dismissed.
Torgal! Where do you think you're going?
I mean, they got
Clive
the...
here is off to see the Archduke.
Right.
Okay, so he's not a king, he's an archduke. They got that dog like this down very well. Just randomly doing what it wants. Should you find yourself lost, do not fret, hold L tree and trust in animal instinct to point in the right direction. Okay.
Is trouble brewing?
I'm not sure. I need to speak with Father.
Alright, so it's not like a follow this specific path, it's just a general...
More refugees arrived today.
Well, if things get crowded, we can always conquer Ironhome.
Ever the optimist, aren't you?
Preparation is key. We must be ready to march at any time.
You don't need to tell this one. She's raring to go.
She's heard this speech before.
Oh, hang on. Nope. Okay, I didn't mean to open the menu. Okay, sorry about that. I just realised I was playing with the controller that has a little bit of Joy-Con drift issue, so I switched to the other one. Okay, so main menu, attributes. The attributes tab provides a comprehensive overview of Cloud's current level stats, etc., etc. So yeah, all the basics you expect from. Okay, what is all to everything? Gear, your gear and icons. It's like I'm going to say icons. Tab is used for equipping weapons, armor, as well as assign iconic abilities to slots. So weapon, belt, bracers, and then 3 icons. Okay, system basic settings. Yeah, we don't need to look at that. Items. The items tab. This contains all non-gear items currently in Cloud's possession, including those used in quests. So I can also use consumables from here. Cool. If they're not. Yeah, and I can assign consumables to the arrows here as well. And journal. So yeah, I can see my quests here, obviously. Make for the throne. So as the duchy readies itself for war with the Iron Kingdom, its most bitter and long-standing rival, so does Clive prepare to do his duty as first shield of Rosaria to protect and serve his brother Joshua, dominant of the Phoenix. Okay, so I'm assuming whatever dominant of the Phoenix is means that's why Joshua's more important than Clive. And also, judging by the names, that wasn't that wasn't Joshua who dies uh, in the main timeline area, who got crushed by that big rock. That guy, I forget the name now, but he began with a B. Okay, so yeah, this is how the quests are done. It's not like it's like a little more like a cool like in-world lore explanation. So it is year 860. With the coming of spring, does Green once again return to the Grand Duchy of Assaria. In the bailies of Rosalith Castle, men who have sworn their swords to their country train in anticipation for coming conflict, and it is here that one young man in particular endeavours to prove himself worthy to the ones he loves. To kill a dominant. So this was obviously the future part of the game. As dawn breaks over in the Nysa Defile in the 873rd year of the Valesthine calendar, the armies of Dalmika and the Iron Kingdom gather, and their icons, Titan of the Republic and Shiva of the Orthodoxy, make ready to take the field. Meanwhile, high above it all, a small party of branded assassins serve the battlefield like hawks in search of prey. They're branded, so that's obviously what that mark was, and I want to actually point out something like that in a second, but first. The night burns red as twin titans clash, dressed in flame. They vie for dominance, one a beacon of hope, and the other an aberration and affront to the laws of nature. There is no room for this world for both, for there can be only one icon of flame. Okay. So yeah, so I guess those icons were the dominants, I guess. But yeah, so more importantly, Clive doesn't have a brand here, so obviously we get that at some important story point, and that door is locked, so we probably have to go the other way, back through this area. But yeah, obviously that's the brand must be something important. And so, am I either part of a group or am I something like a slave or something? No, picking up items. Yeah, I don't need to actually click them. Okay, an automatic comes to me. Let's go. Now, if I remember right, there was something up here, so I'm gonna get that.
Need to shift this lot before we lose the light.
No? Oh, okay, maybe I can go from that way.
Make sure all the crystals are accounted. Forgive me, my lord, but I need to finish inspecting these crystals. Wouldn't do to give our soldiers spent shards.
Oh, crystals are obviously something important. Okay, so he's got the mark that we did and the start. So yes, I'm guessing that mark isn't a good thing.
Forgive me, Lord Marquess, pray do not concern yourself with this bungling cur. Bow down, you fool. Did I say to speak? It was no trouble, really. Oh, do not indulge him. To be allowed to stand in your lordship's presence is more than his kind deserves. Why, neither the Empire nor the Republic treat their bearers half so well. He was lucky to be born in your father's dominion. Very lucky, as I remind him every day. Stand, please. Stand. I trust his good fortune will continue. Of course, if that is your lordship's wish. Don't work too hard. Remember, it is for the good of the duchy that you serve. As do we all, my lord. As do we all. Come along now. Back to your duties.
Okay, so obviously the brands are a mark of, I guess it must be like lower class or slavery, most likely slavery. And it looks like Clive isn't too fond of it. Like, it's obviously nice for a protagonist to have. You don't want him to be complacent in it.
Looks like they're getting ready for supper.
Okay.
I think someone's hungry.
Okay, this guy's got a mark as well.
For the two of you, soon.
Okay, so his title just answered everything. Not good.
I'm having my bearer fill the well, my lord. Best to save what crystals we can, eh?
Wheat harvests down again.
So he said sparing crystals. So obviously crystals. We'll go up and get that thing. So crystals are obviously something important to it with magic, like mana fuel, maybe something like that. But there's ways around it. Maybe like using like life energy, maybe. Oh, that's a bit dark and creepy, but also like interesting for lore and story.
Fine display, my lord. Almost felt sorry for the Lord Commander.
And a potion, cool. Okay, let's continue on. Great at jumping, is he? Like, what's the point of a jump that's like that? Just like a little skip. Okay, so into the gardens
Nice and quiet in here, isn't it?
Okay.
There's Joshua.
Clive,
Are you worried about the war?
the soldiers will expect the Phoenix to help them, but I don't know if I can.
Don't worry, Joshua. Father will guide you. And I will protect you. Always.
I know. Thank you, Clive. I'm all right. I promise.
Do you understand? The power of the Phoenix dwells within Joshua, and Joshua alone. If any ill should befall him, it will be on your head. Do not neglect your duties again. Yes, Your Grace.
Hello, Mother. And I can't even talk to you. You hate me so much. Very Cersei Lannister, aren't you? So we just gotta use X. Oh, okay, so just gotta put a bit of a push into it.
Good luck.
All dog owners will confirm that if you're holding your dog and need to say goodbye, you use him to wave.
You commanded my presence, Your Grace. How may I serve you?
All right, you can stop licking my boots. Mother isn't here.
Okay, so Dad is obviously pretty cool.
Do the territories fare any better?
Most lie under a pall of black. In just these few moons, the Blight has taken nigh on all of the northern reaches. It is only a matter of time before it crosses the border.
What's the Blight?
Nearly every available bed in the capital is already occupied by those fleeing the Deadlands. Even if we were to send them south to Port Isolde, more would only follow in their wake. Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
Against the Iron Kingdom.
We have traded blows with them for too long. It is time to end it.
At the very least, we must secure Drake's breath. Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
So yeah, crystals are obviously definitely important. There's something called a Mother Crystal.
Blood will not relinquish it easily. This will be a bitter fight.
We ride for Phoenix Gate tomorrow. There we will listen to the words of our ancestors, as tradition dictates.
Am I to go with you as Joshua's shield?
There is something else I would have you do first. Rodney.
You will have heard the reports, I'm sure, of beastmen from the north being sighted within our borders.
Goblins in the Stillwind marshes. I know of the rumors, yes.
Then you know what must be done. I will give you 2 good men. While we ride north tomorrow, you will journey to Stillwind, search it and clear it. Then you will join us at Phoenix Gate.
It is time to prove your strength. And shut your mother up for good.
I will do my duty, Your Grace.
I'm sure you will, lad.
That will be all. Rest well. We ride at dawn.
Yes, Your Grace.
Okay. So, hang on. Activate time lore. Hold the pad to access active time lore, a feature. Oh, the active time lore feature. A compilation of important information relative to Cloud's current storyline progression. ATL can be viewed during most cutscenes. Okay. And can be accessed later in the game. So if I hold in the pad. Oh. I gotta hold it in. Okay, so this is basically my codex. So yeah, let's see what we have. So we'll start with the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. A nation occupying the western reaches of the continent of Storm with Rosalith as its capital. Rosaria was originally formed from a collection of smaller dominions, all of which now stand united under the banner of Archduke Elwin Rosfield. Not possessing a mother crystal of its own, the duchy has long been locked in a bitter conflict with the Iron Kingdom over possession of Drake's Breath, which lies still further to the west in the midst of the boiling sea. Okay, I was going to guess what Mother Crystal and Iron Kingdom were, but they're both here, but we'll make our way around. Current location, so Rosalith Castle. Situated in the heart of the ducal capital of Rosalith, it is from this towering iron fortress that the Archduke and his family rule their nation. An architectural feat the founder himself will be proud of, the castle has stood since the early days of the duchy and watched over the rise of this proud nation and the people who inhabit the city beneath. I guess the founder must be a god, a creator of some sort. The Mother Crystals. Enormous glassy mountains, 5 of which tower over the lands of Valisthea. They are the source of all the crystals that the people of the Twins rely on in their everyday lives. Not only that, but the lands surrounding them are rich with ether, making the magics the crystals cast even more potent. For these reasons, great nations have sprung up around each Mother Crystal and have long warred with each other for the possession of their blessing. So, just I guess Valisthea, if I pronounce that right, is the world, and maybe the Twins are like the continents. Maybe there's 2 continents. We know we're on the Storm continent, so maybe there's another continent that together they're called the Twins. So yeah, so crystals are obviously important in the lore and probably in game, and Mother Crystals are like super crystals. The Iron Kingdom. So this was one of the 2 factions, the one that was assisted by Jaina Proudmoore at the start of the game. Also known in the local tongue as Heran. This game is going to have a lot of words I'm going to have trouble pronouncing, so just bear with me. The Iron Kingdom is an archipelago nation situated off the west coast of Storm, with its capital at Craigloskit. The Mother Crystal Drake's Breath rises from a volcanic island situated just within or without its borders, depending on whom you ask. So, without, if you ask us. And has been the subject of a long-standing conflict between the Ironblood and between the Ironblood and the neighbouring Duchy of Rosaria. With the Iron Kingdom has shown any contact with outsiders, which has given a rise to unique, if largely inward-looking culture. And finally, Elwin Rosfield, aka Dad. Archduke of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria and father of Clive and Joshua. loved by his people for his steadfast leadership both at home and on the battlefield, which he's put to good effect in quelling the rebellious northern territories. So, okay, not only do we have some Viking-like Iron Blood people to the west who we need to take the Mother Crystal from, we've also looks like rebels to the north, which we're going to be dealing with. But anyway, this seems like a good time. Well, let's actually talk to him first.
This war we mean to wage, it isn't only for control of the Mother Crystal.
Oh?
Above all else, we cannot allow those iron-blood savages to gain a foothold on the
something
storm.
secret and sneaky going on.
I would sooner die than see them darken our shores again. I wish you a safe journey tomorrow.
And I you, Clive. May your blade strike true.
Thank you. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, I think this is a good point to end it up. I imagine, like, once we retire to our chambers, we'll probably be going through some cutscenes and maybe jumping straight into some more gameplay stuff, which I don't want to be ending it on a cliffhanger as such, so I think it's better just to end it here now and pick it up very soon. I will definitely try and get the part 2 out before the end of the week. So, if any of you guys played the demo so far, what have you thought? So far, I'm really liking it. Like, what was with the two figures, or the two beings at the start of the game, the Phoenix and the other demony looking one. The intro, we'll go to it now actually. Yeah, here's, so, of twin titans, yeah, clashing. So one a beacon of hope and the other an aberration affront to the laws of nature. So yeah, obviously the Phoenix is the one of hope, and like, are they fighting for the world or just like for Clive's soul? Like, imagine he's very important with a great destiny. Maybe that's a gameplay mechanic. Maybe we can go a bit dark and evil, or a bit good and lawful. Probably be going good and lawful. Yeah. Why do we, in the future, in 13 years, have a brand? And where is our family during that time? I mean, Dad's cool, and Joshua seems pretty nice. Mom, not so great, but I imagine they're not going to be living past this demo. Yeah. Hopefully the dog makes it. As long as the dog makes it, that's fine. But anyway, I hope you liked today's video. Do leave a like and comment. If you've got any tips or suggestions, please do let me know. And obviously subscribe if you want to stay updated on everything that's going on. We should definitely have another part of Final Fantasy 16 before the end of the week, and hopefully at least one part of Bolt Gun and one part of Star Trek Resurgence. So, I'll see you all next time.